folks. Thank you for choosing Limestone Branch Distillery as your barrel source. My name is Stephen Fante, and I am the National Brand Ambassador for Yellowstone Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. I also work on the barrel program here at the distillery. When you come to Limestone Branch, chances are you're going to be picking barrels with me. I look forward to meeting you in person. As the National Brand Ambassador for Limestone Branch Distillery, I'd like to introduce you to our distillery and our master distiller. Our master distiller built this distillery from the ground up. His name, Stephen Beam. Stephen had a passion to build a distillery so that he could be the 7th generation in his family in this business. Stephen's passion came to him from his mother, Dottie Ann. And Dottie Ann was a Dant. She talked a lot about J.W. Dant, his great-great-grandfather, and his passion for the distilling industry. Stephen Paul Beam's daddy was a Beam their entire life. The mother was a Dant the whole time. The boys weren't born, they were distilled. Today I'd like to teach you a little bit about doing a barrel tasting. So you're going to receive a barrel kit from us, and in that barrel kit you're going to have 3 samples. What I want you to do is pull your samples out and pour as evenly as you can into your Glencairn glasses for the purpose of really looking at the color of these different bourbons. If you've got too much in, it's going to be too dark. If you've got too little in, it's going to be too light. So try to keep your glasses even. My method is pretty simple. You want to take your glass and you want to swirl the bourbon around in it. That's what a Glencairn glass is designed for. You want to throw it up against the light. You want to watch the legs form on it. The legs are the linger. And a distiller looks for a linger in his bourbons. If you've got a bourbon that you're drinking that leaves your palate immediately after you've tasted it, it's probably not the best bourbon in the world. You should have a nice linger after you've swallowed that bourbon and great flavors on your tongue. That glass is an indication of whether or not that's going to happen. So you're looking at the legs form on the glass just like wine, but in bourbon it's a little thicker. Then you're going to take and blow across your glass, and the reason you do that is to blow the ethanol off of it. Glencairn glasses are fantastic for doing tastings, but they do push a lot of ethanol up, and you blow your olfactory in about 2.2 seconds if you just nose it straight. So blow across your glass. Blow the ethanol off. Then throw it up against one nostril, then the other. Both sides of your nose pick up on different scents. It's called the olfactor, right brain, left brain. You pick up on sweet on one side of your nose, spicy on the other. If you go straight in, you pick up on a combined scent the way you normally smell. 3 scents, 1 glass. At that point, I want you to write the notes on the nose, vanilla. It's got botanical nose to it. Try to pick out which botanical it is that you can relate to in that nose. Write a couple notes on it. Nothing significant, just a couple words down on paper that describe the nose that you can recreate if you nose it again. And then sip it. The first sip of this you take, do not toss it to the back of your tongue and say, boy, that's good. It's about 119 proof. It's going to tickle your tonsils, cause you to salivate and do all sorts of craziness. Pay no attention to your first sip. That's your acclimation sip. The second sip that you take a healthier sip, let it melt out over your tongue, and you'll get all sorts of different flavor characteristics. Write down some flavor characteristics. Does it have a nice feel to the mouth? Is it in the center of the tongue that you're experiencing it? Does it have a caramel or a creme brulee flavor to it, like a lot of our Yellowstone bourbons do? And then the finish. The last thing I want you to write is about the finish. So basically, it's the nose, the body, and the finish. Does it have a good finish? Does it have a nice linger? Does it have a bite to it at the end? Or does it come off with just a smooth, flavorful finish? Those are the things that I want you to write in your book, and write them individually. Break up your palate in between time. Get you some crackers and break your palate up in between time. Have a bottle of water, swirl your mouth out, and then go to your next sample and do the exact same thing very meticulously. Think about nose, body, and finish. Write those characteristics down on your next one. Do it one more time, and you've got your notes. Everybody's palate is different, and everybody's palate is important. The one thing that I would emphasize is not to influence each other's opinions and not to talk about the pick during the picking process. Write all your notes down. Get everything on paper first, and then poll each other. What'd you like about barrel 1? What did you like about barrel 2? What did you like about barrel 3? Which one was your favorite? Which one did you star as being your favorite? Find out where the star alignment is. Majority of the time, out of the 565 barrel picks I've done here at the distillery, the stars always align. It's the coolest part about the job. Meeting people from all over the world, people with different palates and backgrounds, people that had different cultures that come to this distillery to pick barrels, and we get to the very end of it to do the star alignment, and all the stars align. Thank you again for choosing Limestone Branch Distillery as your barrel pick program, and I look forward to seeing you here at the distillery.